first thing we're gonna talk about today is kind of the TVs and movies we've been watching. Things we've been
Sure.
watching, things we're looking forward to.
There's a
Um,
lot.
yeah, quite a few things. Never-ending wave of shows and movies.
Content.
Yep.
Yep. Kind of first on the docket, and something that we all went to see together was Superman.
Yes.
We should have invited our other friend we went and watched it with to join the pod.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe they
He was
will
a big
join
fan.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was a big fan. I've seen about 80 million Instagram reels about the movie that he's
Yeah,
liked since
I
we
was
watched
going
it.
to say the same thing.
Am
It's
I
like
doing the
half
same
of my
thing?
reels.
Yes, but yeah. What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, we've had some time to digest it. I think. I mean, I sure have. Where are we at
You've
with
seen it twice, haven't you?
I've seen it twice. Yeah, I've seen it twice in IMAX 2 times.
Wow, both. Wow. Well, it's not Man of Steel, so I kind of hated it.
Yeah, I say restore the Snyderverse.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay,
It's
moving
weird
on.
It's weird that Superman got hurt at all during the movie. Normally,
Yeah, I didn't really like that.
Yeah, why was
Yeah.
he killing like children?
Yeah, I kind
the
of prefer
entire time. That
when
was
he's
weird.
murdering children. That's just kind of more my thing. But you know,
Why did Pa Kent not kill himself in a hurricane for no reason?
Kal-El, no. Yeah.
I mean, in all seriousness, I
Need the
think
stone.
it was like it was a top tier movie. I
In
mean,
all
I can't,
seriousness.
yeah, and I can't praise it enough. I really enjoyed it. Um, I don't know. What do you guys thought? What were your thoughts? We get into the
It definitely is
nitty-gritty.
not my like favorite superhero movie, but like I think it's a good good omen for the DCU being good and not terrible like it has been for the past 15 years,
Yeah,
with the exception of like 2 movies.
Yeah. Even then, like I feel like most of the actual like DCEU proper movies, like most of the good movies are kind of outside of that universe. You know.
Yeah.
Like the Batman in particular. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I don't really know, like, you know, in terms of like ranking other movies next to it. That there's
Man of
it's
Steel.
weird.
Superman.
I think it's I enjoyed you know, everybody said it, but it just kind of throws you in there. You know, you kind of have to figure out as you're going what's going on, and I think it still does a good job of displaying, you know, the important parts of the film, but it doesn't really like hold your hand and give you the backstory. You know, I think it's been said many times, but it's one of my favorite parts of the movie, that it just hits the ground running. And
It's
I think,
nice that we didn't need like setup movies for every single character in the movie. It was just like, oh, these people are just here, and that's
yeah.
that they don't tie into some like larger. I guess they don't tie into like a larger narrative that we needed a bunch
Exactly.
of individual movies. They just kind of are there, and it's
But
like, okay,
they
they're
feel
We're
like
good.
a lived in. They like it makes the world
Yeah.
feel lived in. Like they're just people. You know, they're and I think, you know, it was a big complaint going into the movie that people were like, oh, it's going to be overstuffed. You know, they're like showing like 30 different characters and all that stuff. But I mean, the way I think of it is like, in my superhero movies, you're obviously going to have just normal human characters, you know, like civilians or whatever. But I think a lot of superhero movies tend to have like, you know, 1 or 2 heroes, and then the rest are just like people, which is fine. But I think, you know, do like the comics, where even if a hero isn't the main character, they can still just be a character, you know, like they don't have to be the focal point. And I think that this movie does that so well. You know, it's like let's just fill up this cast with other heroes, because we don't like you're saying, they don't need to be saved for an introduction in this weird, like, you know, spin-off movie or this and that. Like, let's just include them as characters.
yeah, I think it's smart plays, because I think if you introduce them as characters first in the superhero or Superman movie, and people are like, "Whoa, hold up! You know, Mr. Fantastic is amazing. The actor was great. Writing was great. Really funny." Then you can
Not his name.
Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Then you can go.
Pedro Pascal was great in Superman.
Brilliant.
And skips, man. But I mean, you can spin off the shows afterwards because people are like, oh, we like this character, we want to see more of him,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you don't have to worry about them flopping or whatnot.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I thought it was great. I thought it was the action was great, characters were great, story was great. I think I I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, again, people were saying like, oh, it's very like the pacing's weird, the pacing's off, but I feel like the whole time I was watching it, I was in it. I thought everything made sense, like I thought that what we were being told was kind of necessary to the story, and there wasn't much like fluff. I wasn't like particularly bored. I don't know. It just seemed like for the character of Superman, not much more that you can ask for, and to launch a whole new universe, it did that kind of subtly, but in a way that, like Eli was saying, like gives me like hope about it. It doesn't. It's not just here's all these things. It's like, okay, we're dropping you into this world. It exists. We're about to go and tell a lot more stories with it, and you can kind of see how that's going to work with the way they've set it up in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I'm really excited for the Clayface movie.
Mm-hmm. Me too. So we can kind of start getting into that. I'd like to talk about this movie, but also what it means for the DCU, what they've been teasing. Where our thoughts are with kind of their current plans. Like you said, Clayface. I cannot wait.
Yeah. I'm so glad that they're not just like every single movie is going to be exactly the same, and they're going to actually have different like genres and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it needs.
I'm assuming you've never seen the Clayface episode of Batman the Animated Series.
Mm-mm. I have not. Or if I did, it was when I was little. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Well,
and they've said like that was a
two-parter.
Oh, gotcha. He said that was like a direct inspiration for the script, so
yeah,
I think it's gonna be pretty much an adaptation, I guess. But yeah, R-rated, like body horror.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not pitting it against Marvel in like a Marvel bad way, but as a cool distinction of like the way they're doing things differently. It's like like you said, I'm just so glad that they're gonna shake things up. Yeah, I'm excited for Clayface. Eli, you never finished Peacemaker, right?
No, yeah, I watched as much as we did back a while ago.
Yeah.
But so probably like all but like the last like 2 episodes or something.
Yeah, I for me, Peacemaker, I think it's decent to good. I would say, like obviously it's that James Gunn humor.
Yeah,
unleashed,
I can see
like
really liking it if you like that humor.
Yeah, and I would say the things I really like about it, because like, and I've explained this before, but like his humor is hit and miss for me in the way of like when it hits, like I'm dying, like especially like his like almost like physical humor or like situational humor, like that's all great. It's just some of the jokes don't always land, and Peacemaker is a lot of jokes. So it's kind of like there's still plenty of like, things that had me dying, but it's mostly just kind of like, oh, that was funny, I guess, or oh, that was kind of weird, writing wise. But undeniably, like the story I thought was really good, and what it does with the scope of a show that I feel like other shows don't really do as well, like in terms of the CGI and all the characters, the set design and all that stuff. It feels like they picked a scale that was sustainable for a show, and they weren't like, let's try to make some, I don't know, I can't even think of an example, but like some crazy space show, that like it ends up looking half baked because it's hard to spread out that many effects and stuff over a 10 episode season, right? Mm-hmm. But the Peacemaker concentrates it so well that when there is these big like event episodes, they look great, they play great, they the writing's really well done for them, and it just makes it feel a lot more impactful, I guess. So I'm excited for season 2. I'm excited to see where it where it kind of teases more DCU stuff. They've spoken a lot about how there's going to be a lot of Superman characters in it.
We've seen some of them.
Yeah,
too.
We've seen some of them. We've seen some of them that I didn't really expect, but I'm very excited for. Like, do you guys know? For those that have seen Superman, it's not a spoiler, but as part of Lex's team, that guy with like the mustache, big mustache.
And the big glasses.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That
Yeah, yeah,
guy,
yeah, yeah.
one of the other guys, the bigger guy that's kind of like kind of the head of the thing, like they're both in the show.
Yeah, yeah,
Um
yeah.
Mm,
They kind of were central of his team, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
showed up a
And they were
decent amount.
hilarious. Like they were great in the movie, you know?
Mhm.
And so I'm glad that even characters like that are still being like brought forward and they feel unique without having like, oh yeah, I can, you know, fart toxic gas, so that's why I'm still part of this universe. It's just like, no, he was just like a funny, unique, cool character that doesn't have to be the focal point of anything. But yeah,
mhm.
let's see what they can do.
I'm excited, man. I need to finish season one so I can watch the second one when it comes out. But I also think that what you were describing, how it does take those big action scenes and uses that, much better quality than maybe some other TV shows,
Hmm.
can create a better connection between some of the TV shows and the movies and like the new DCU they're doing, which I'm excited for, especially because I don't think they're doing as many as like Marvel would be doing anyways.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully those TV shows that do come out are still really great and connect and I want to watch them,
exactly. Yeah,
especially because Lanterns.
yeah. I'm very
I hope
excited
that
for
I hope that
Lanterns.
oh, I hope that they do some shows too that aren't just like superhero stuff. Because I think like doing like a Jonah Hex something or like a Sergeant Rock something would be really
Hmm.
cool. Because I could easily tie. I mean, Sergeant Rock is in Creature Commandos.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
and that Sergeant Rock movie is still like moving forward, like he just said it. So like
oh
I feel like
really? Oh.
if
Yep.
they're willing to do a Sergeant Rock movie, like they
But
they can do anything. I think
Yeah.
this attitude of like, not that this is explicitly what they've said, but kind of the vibe I get from it is like you have directors, you have writers who want to tell a certain story, you know. So you're like you're kind of working from the bottom up rather than being like, okay, we need these things to be explained for this
Yeah.
movie that's
Yeah.
coming out in 3 years. Let's get someone to write it. Let's get someone to direct it. Blah 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 blah. Instead,
mhm.
it's, oh, you're passion. You love the Teen Titans, or you love, you know, this weird one-off character. It's like, if you have like an interesting story that you want to tell with them, go for it. And then I think that's how you're gonna get better quality results. You know, it's kind of
Mhm.
building it from the artist's like intent.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. I I think this is still this is nowhere near concrete or anything, but you guys know I love the movie Barbarian, as we've all
Mhm.
seen,
Mm.
and it was just the director of Barbarian. He has a movie coming out in like 2 weeks, and I'm very excited for. It's called Weapons, but he said that he's written a script. It's his favorite script he's written. It's a Joker and Harley Quinn movie. Okay, but it's from the perspective of like a random goon, like some, you know, random
Oh.
Gotham like street thug, basically.
Oh my
Um,
God.
yeah, which sounds amazing, and it's just things like that that just get me excited. That, you know, people who have a good record or a good track record of making like good, well thought out movies are kind of approaching DC first. You know, it rather than the other way around, like I was saying.
Mm.
So I think it's a good sign.
That's really exciting. I did not know that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Another thing that was the kind of same realm. Kevin Feige did an interview. Uh, I believe I'll add in post who it was done with. Um,
Is it
but
Variety?
it might have been Variety, but I'm not 100%. So it was basically just like state of Marvel, kind of what they're doing moving forward. A lot of it is I mean, I think it's interesting to hear about someone's perspective on the industry and on their plans, you know, when they hold such a kind of top level position of power. Just kind of interesting to hear their read on it. Um, but the main like kind of takeaways were, you know, that they're open to recasting some of their bigger heroes like Captain America, Iron Man, that they plan on doing so in the next few years. I assume after Secret Wars, when things are kind of
Mhm.
reset, is what he was saying.
Yep.
um X-Men as well, that they'll all be recast, of course, and I think they've already got a director attached. But yeah, not a ton of stuff, but it was a good read, and I'd recommend anybody who's interested in it to look a little bit further. You know, he talks about kind of their the decisions Marvel's been making, and how, many of them have not worked out necessarily, but kind of how there's hope for the future, and I hope so too. I mean, X-Men's like my favorite superhero property, probably. So for them to be done justice would be amazing. What do you
That's
guys
fair.
think?
I'm excited too. I didn't watch or read the interview, but I heard, bits and pieces of it from the
Hmm.
internet.
Like with Marvel in general too, though. Like, have you been keeping up with it heavily since Endgame, or?
No. Let's see. I watched after Endgame, I think Guardians 3 came out. That's what one I watched. And then maybe the new Spider-Man came out after Endgame. I watched that.
Hmm.
And I think that's it. Like I don't know if I watched anything else.
Yeah.
And so I am excited for this kind of turning point, especially with that Secret Wars movie hopefully being a universe reset or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I mean,
I
they've
heard
all but confirmed it's going to be like at least like a convergence of all this multiverse stuff.
yes.
Um, so
I hope it's a fun movie and then they do a good job rebooting it
yeah.
because I do think they need to. But they were saying hopeful things. I heard bits and pieces like they're gonna do less TV shows, I think, and focus more on like I don't know, because they were describing the difference in success between Thunderbolts and Superman,
Hmm.
and obviously Superman's like household name, beginning of the DC that's a big part of it, but also Thunderbolts was a good movie apparently
Hmm.
critically,
Hmm.
but like no one went to see it because no one knows the characters.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like Superman. We didn't know Mr. Terrific. We didn't know Guy Gardner. But it's that feeling of not
You
having
didn't.
your homework done.
Yeah.
You know what I meant, Eli.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like if I knew there was a Guy Gardner TV show that had lore before the movie, I would have felt like I had to watch it to really understand the
Yeah.
movie, and then I might
Yeah.
not have seen the movie.
Yeah. No, and for Thunderbolts, like I'm not familiar really with any of those characters, like Bucky, I guess,
Yeah.
but it was intimidating even for me because I'm like, I assume I can still watch it, but I just know that there's been like at least a movie that each of those characters have been in, um, for most of them, I
In a
think,
show.
and then like multiple shows, that they've kind of like gone in and out of and been a part of. So it on one hand, it's like DC's going to be doing that, because they're going to have shows and they're going to have people in multiple projects. It's just,
Mhm.
I think Marvel specifically has set a precedent of like, you know, they haven't always done a good job of kind of bringing you up to speed during the movie that or whatever it is that you're watching. Like you feel like I'm missing some sort of context here. That the
I
movie.
think they also have a kind of linearity to them, where it's
Mhm.
like, it almost doesn't feel like the characters exist outside of
Yeah.
the projects they're in, because it's
Hmm.
like, what does Iron Man do between all that stuff? Which I think with
Yeah.
like the DCU stuff, them just being like, oh yeah, these guys are just here. Like you can just be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, here's just this
Yeah.
other guy that's just been here, and we don't need to like know all the stuff he's been doing
Hmm.
for his entire existence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I agree. So we'll see. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really excited for Fantastic Four. I'm a little nervous
Yeah, I've
about
heard it's
it.
good.
I've heard it's pretty good though. So I hope.
That's good to
Let's
hear.
hope. Would you say, Eli? Because I know you're a pretty big Fantastic Four fan. Were you looking forward to Superman more than you're looking forward to Fantastic Four?
I feel like I would be like I'm more interested in Spider, or I had higher hopes that Superman will be good, but
Hmm.
I think more interested in Fantastic Four just because it's more unique of like
Yeah.
a, like it's like set in like, or set or in like a 60s universe
Hmm.
look.
Mm.
They seem to be going really hard into it being very like unique and not like all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that was about my thoughts on it.
Yeah, very very unique, like aesthetically, and I think
Mhm.
Superman, when you watch it, you kind of get that sense, specifically with the way it's like shot, and
Mhm,
like the
mhm.
physicality of the locations and stuff. But
Mhm.
aesthetically, it's not that. And I was kind of on the train of hoping that Metropolis in Superman would be a little more fantastical, you know, and it'd be a little more
Yeah, yeah.
like have a little more identity. And I think it's fine that it really didn't, but that is something that I think Fantastic Four seems to be doing a great job of. So,
I
I'm
will say that I think maybe it wasn't like crazy and like super stylistic, but I think that like the Hall of Justice, is it,
mm-hmm.
and Lex's Tower were both really iconic spots in the movie,
Yeah.
especially near the second
Mm-hmm.
half or quarter, you know.
that Hall of Justice is a real place. Also, it's in like
Yeah.
Ohio or something.
Yep, yep.
Like
Yeah.
that's like a physical location.
Mhm.
Probably why it didn't look terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm excited, like, since it was kind of under construction in the movie, light spoiler,
Yeah.
once it's actually turned like to the Justice League Hall of Justice, having that location and like that grand, kind of subway or whatever it is, terminal, it's gonna look sick. Like it's gonna look so cool. I'm so excited. But yeah, and I think like that's the thing. Superman had plenty of iconic like locations. It's just Metropolis as a whole didn't
Yeah.
feel super
Mhm.
different, I guess,
It's kind
from
of like a
from
city.
our world. Yeah, it just felt like a city, which is fine. But a city with some really cool locations in it,
Yeah.
like the Daily
Yeah.
Planet, like the Globe, like
Yeah.
all that stuff is great. The football field, that's one of my favorite parts of the movie, action wise. It just feels so.
Oh,
Sorry, the
right.
baseball field. It just feels so great.
There's a fight, Mr.
Yeah.
Terrific and
No, not Mr. Terrific.
the engineer.
Oh well.
Oh,
Mr.
is that not the one
Terrific
you're
is
talking about?
he's there for a second, but yeah, the engineer, Ultraman, and Superman. That's where they fight towards the end.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, very cool scene.
I need to
Love it.
watch that movie again already.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to watch it one more time in IMAX before it leaves. It's a good experience.
I would be down.
But yeah. All right. Moving on. It's Always Sunny in this podcast.
Yeah, have you been watching the new season?
I have
Other than
not.
Has anyone been watching it other than me? Well,
I've
you
seen
watched
two
one episode
episodes.
with me.
Two episodes.
Oh, two. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
There was a new episode last night. I haven't had a chance to catch it yet because I forgot about it. But I think someone on the cast was saying that they were like, yeah, this is like one of the best seasons we've ever done, and at least from the three that I've seen so far, I think I agree with that. The last episode I watched was Mac and Dennis become EMTs, and it's really really funny. uh, it ramps up in ridiculousness very quick.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
I mean,
kinda hard to- I don't know.
saw those first two
yeah,
episodes.
yeah.
I guess the first episode was great. The second one, the Abbott Elementary episode,
That's the first one.
Oh, gotcha.
No, you just watched the second one first.
Yeah. I thought the Abbott one was fine. I was expecting a little bit more from it. I was expecting them to go a little bit crazier with the Abbott characters, because it's like kind of their chance to let loose. And they definitely say some crazy things in that episode that are very
that's
funny.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. But overall, I thought it was fine. It just didn't have the best like through line, which I think the other episode of the season did. It was really good.
But I mean, that kind of fits because it was like the entire episode was like, oh, every single day they were just doing some crazy new scheme that they would immediately forget and abandon.
I just thought some of the schemes weren't that funny. Like it wasn't. They weren't to that level. I think it's just comparing it to the episode. I keep calling it just the other episode. What is it called? Is it? Oh, Frank goes into a coma. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Or he has a heart attack or something like that.
Yeah, it's Frank goes into a coma. Yeah.
That one just has such a good progression, and every bit and every like storyline is so good. That yeah, it just felt short compared to that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep watching. I may keep watching though from where I left off originally, which is like
because you've never watched all of it.
Yeah, like season 4 or 5, I don't remember. I'll have to look.
The third episode definitely has a character in it that you would be like, who is this and why is he in this episode if you hadn't seen any of the any of the other ones.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, go ahead.
real quick, just because this will also be kind of quick. Just before it's put on the list. I've also been watching the new series of Dexter,
Mm,
Dexter Resurrection, and
Mhm.
it's very good so far. They did a prequel series as well. It's a few months ago, and that also was super good, which gave me high hopes for this. Uh,
Mhm.
Hopefully this is I'm not 100% sure if it's going to be like a continuing show, and because like the last time they did like a reboot, it was like let's do a new ending, and
yeah.
then that show was really good until the ending. The ending was bad, so hopefully they don't do that for like the third time.
Yeah.
But so far it's been good, and I've liked it. He hasn't he's just about to be introduced to Peter Dinklage's serial killer feast
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, so like
uh,
so real quick, the premise, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like this guy who I think is played by Peter Dinklage is like collecting all these serial killers and invites them to his like
yeah,
serial killer
yeah,
mansion. And
yeah,
chaos
yeah.
ensues.
Yeah,
I
that
think is
sounds
the
The
idea.
awesome.
basically Dexter's in New York now, and he's like a Uber driver. He like becomes an Uber driver because there was like an Uber driver that was like killing people. Or no driver, just a guy. Just a guy. Little cut there because Eric's dog was barking a little bit.
These dogs
If I
be
remember
barking.
correctly, no, it's sure they want him. Um, if I remember correctly, we were talking about Dexter,
Yeah.
and how Peter Dinklage, basically Dexter works as an Uber in New York City, and he uses that to kill a guy that's killing Uber drivers. And when he does that, he finds an invitation to this like serial killer dinner thing. And then also like just through it's like 3 or 4 episodes in, they've kind of been showing like the person that works for Peter Dinklage, like giving the guy the invitation and like finding and like doing stuff with other serial killers. Uh, so yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. There's a lot of big name people that are playing serial killers.
Yeah.
Or like that Peter Dinklage has recruited. I really hope that Dexter just kills all of them at the end of the season. I think that'd be really funny. And it's probably what will happen if I had to guess. Uh, so yeah, you guys should watch Dexter. It's really good. Other
Yeah.
than the ending,
It's on my list
uh,
for
it's
sure.
good. It's a good card.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
that's all I've watched. I don't think I've been watching much else. X-Files. I've been watching X-Files again. Uh, sorry to keep drumming stuff up, but yeah, nothing much to say there. You guys should watch the X-Files too. It's very good.
Yeah.
I've almost watched all
Sounds
of it.
good.
Nice. Nice. Oh,
I think Marvin's been watching something. Oh,
well, I
Well,
want Marvin to go
here-
ahead with. Let's talk about Harry Potter real quick.
Okay. I mean, not much. Well, I guess the news really is the casting. Um,
mm,
Also just updates in general. There's also a couple set photos that have been released. So, I just kind of wanted to talk about that real quick. My thoughts on it.
All
All right.
right.
But yeah. So Eric's pulled up the photos for us. Here's Harry Potter, of course. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I don't really want to get into like roasting a bunch of kid actors on if they look like,
I
their counterparts
is there
or
something
whatnot.
wrong
But
with them?
no,
I
I'm
mean,
just
I
I'm
think he
not.
looks like Harry Potter.
No, I
That's all you
think he
can
looks
ask
great.
for.
I think they all look great, but I'm just like,
For the
it's
children
hard to
specifically.
tell. Yeah, because they're
Yeah.
just still children. I mean, they're gonna grow up and
Yeah.
probably look a lot different. So
Their entire
not much
lives will be shaped by this journey they're about to go on
true.
that they could
Yeah,
definitely
Ho-
consent to.
yeah, and
Hopefully,
they
it's
won't
not
have to
held
work for the rest
against
of their
them
life.
to be participating in uh,
Yeah.
such a beloved
Oh,
franchise.
oh no, guys, I have to act. Listen,
I have
I
to
get I
become a
get that
millionaire.
point, but yeah, like you don't have to work for the rest of your life. You're chilling, bro, or at least your
Yeah.
parents.
So here's the
Um,
three of them, the titular three. There's not.
yep.
There's just a titular one actually, but here's the three main people. Um, look good, look great. I guess I don't know what to say. They're children, so little comparison. Little comparison. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
The
okay.
woke.
Now, see, this is where it gets interesting. Is the adult actors for me at least, because you know what they're
John
gonna look
Lithgow's
like.
like a He's a premier. He's a pretty
Yeah,
crazy
he's
actor.
good.
He's in Dexter, actually.
Ah,
Oh,
throwback.
really?
Let's tie
There
this
we
all back
go.
around.
Throw it back.
I'm excited for him. He looks like he's gonna do good. I mean, we'll see, but he looks the part, I think.
Yeah.
Um, you keep scrolling.
Yep. Sorry, I had to plug my phone up.
No, you're fine. I mean, a lot of
I
these
don't know this
actors.
person.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't really know them, but like I feel like they they they're gonna fit. Hopefully, we'll see. I guess.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I was
It's
more. Oh, go on.
oh, well, I was gonna say about the Snape thing, is that it's kind of weird. Like, there's been discourse about it, but it's kind of weird that they casted like someone black for Snape because then it just kind of makes a lot of people seem racist for like bullying him.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
see what you're saying. I mean, hopefully, though, what would be nice is if they just made the show so that there's a lot more minority people, like a wizarding school would likely have, like,
in
and then I
Britain
think it would be
though.
less weird. Well, but the thing is, since there's only like what 7 of them in like the whole Harry Potter world, is that right, Marvin, or is there a lot more schools like wizarding schools?
I think there's a lot more. I don't
Okay.
know. I actually, if there is a number, it's not in the books. It might be in like Fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean Britain is a plenty diverse place. I think that would solve that problem. The main problem is that I think Snape is partly bullied because he's ugly, and this guy's not ugly.
Yeah.
So I don't. They're
Well,
just gonna have to
ugly,
make
and
him ugly.
he's he's not like a pure blood wizard or something. So it's like it's just kind of weird.
Well, Snape
It's
isn't
a
pure blood
strange
with it.
choice. Who?
Snape's a
What?
half-blood, technically.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what makes it kind of weird.
Well,
That's
but
like part like it just kind of
Right.
makes like Harry's dad seem like he's like racist.
by
Oh,
caught by
I
by
see.
having like the half blood character be black. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I get that, but I will say the points in the show or in the books where you like you interact with Snape and versus James and like that bullying is like 5 books in. So I think at that point people are gonna be like accustomed to if there
Mhm.
are different races playing different races than in the books. They're gonna be looking past that at that point, because it's like book 5, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be like in 10
It's been
years.
so long
And
since I read them.
honestly, I feel like if you're reading into it that much, like I don't know, go outside.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it doesn't
They
really
they
matter.
just got a who's probably a good actor if they're casting him as. I mean, to follow up Alan Rickman's performance, like you have to know what you're doing, right? In
Yes.
casting someone, so um, yeah,
No, I believe in them. This guy, I mean, I think he's gonna do great.
yeah, yeah.
Is he
Um,
really big?
he's a pretty big guy.
He's a
Yeah.
pretty big guy, but he's a good actor. He's funny. I think he has a good face for it, for the
Mm-hmm.
Hagrid look.
Yeah. Luke Thalon as Quirrell.
Doesn't this guy
Like
have
the
like a
old
weird
actor.
like baby coming out of his head or something?
He has Voldemort coming out of his head.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But I mean, for this guy, it's like I don't even remember what they describe him to look like in the book because
Yeah.
it's just. So I mean, I'm just basing him off
I
of the
don't
movie
really.
character.
Yeah, I don't. I quite frankly, I hope they depart in terms of like appearances and even names in some cases. I hope they depart as much as they want to from the books. Just I I think the way that Rowling portrays certain people and then goes back on it later is just
Well,
such like
hold
a
up.
weird
I,
like.
I, I I would like to hear some of this because for me, one thing to note is from the books to the movies is a pretty big difference in some of the stereotypes that are portrayed in the movies.
Mm,
So like for example, Seamus, the guy who blows things up,
mm-hmm,
he's Irish,
The
right?
Irish guy
mm-hmm,
that
Yeah.
blows things up.
That is not in the books at all. Like
mm.
that bit isn't in the book, and in the movies it's like every
Oh,
single
interesting.
movie
Okay.
there's a clip of him blowing himself
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I mean,
Now,
but there is significant portions of big nose money loving goblins that
Well,
control
true.
everything.
That's a different
In
thing
shadows,
though.
like, yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
can't
All the
defend that.
weird like slavery stuff and like the slaves being like, we have to be slaves. We can't not be
That's all
slaves.
our
It's like
people can
that's a
Oh,
do.
little
Yeah.
weird.
no. Let's not distort the truth, okay, Eli? It's not.
J.K. Rowling's number one defender.
No, bro. Listen, you can't just be lying to people. That's not how it's portrayed.
That's what
Okay?
happens.
It's not like
Doesn't
everyone
he start
loves.
like trying to kill himself because he can't be a slave?
Okay, I have a question, Eli.
Yeah.
In Game of Thrones, you know how there are a lot of slaves?
I've never watched or read Game of Thrones.
Okay, well, there's a lot of slaves in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Is George R. Martin like an crazy asshole for putting slaves in his
Well,
books?
do the slaves like go? We have to be slaves. We can't not be slaves.
Yes, but there's an entire plot line where Hermione, like her main thing halfway through the thing is freeing the slaves.
But it's
Maybe
but I
it's not.
really
The white
she
savior comes
definitely.
in
I
again.
know, I know,
So
but
everyone's like, you're a stupid lib for wanting to free the slaves. Like everyone like
for
makes fun of her.
but it's because the slave, like the. I mean, I'm not gonna get
Yeah,
into
you can't really like blame them because a character is doing something and other people are against that. Like that could just be a commentary on how that has been normalized
Yes.
in their like society, and then one
I'm not
person's kind of
giving
going
J.K.
against
Rowling
it.
that much credit.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but and I think all of that is besides what we were talking about. I
We're
was just
getting off
saying
on a
more. Yeah. I think
all
it's
I was
fine. I think the
saying.
show doing it's fine. I think more specifically, maybe to characterize it better. I hope they divert from the movies more specifically, just because I want to see a different take on it. Like we've seen some concept art and stuff, and it just looks. It looks good, but it looks like the movies. So it's like I think if you're spending all this money, all this time, all this effort, like take some creative like spins with it, like kind of shake it up, and in some ways they've kind of done that, but I mean only time will tell. Obviously this stuff isn't enough to go on, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I I will always prefer having adaptations of books be shows than movies
Yeah,
because having like 2 hours to do like a 15,000 page book
yeah.
is just like not possible.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think they're definitely going to get a lot more of the books missing content than the movies did, and I hope they rely on that. So, like, maybe some of
mm,
the stuff that was touched on a lot in the movies, they kind of just maybe not skip it, but they just briefly touch on it, and then they dive into the second storylines that are in the books more often or something.
mm, yeah,
Another interesting thing is they're planning on leaning into the '90s era for the show.
oh, that's interesting.
So a lot of like the like Muggle scenes in like
hmm,
London and such are gonna be like '90s people in '90s outfits and all that, which is interesting. That's how it is in the books, but
yeah.
I mean I'm interested to see that. I think they might do a turn it up a little bit in the show because you can see it and like it's really apparent that it's the '90s, where in the books you're like you're at
That's just
Hogwarts
what
the
it
whole time.
is. Yeah, yeah.
You can't really tell.
When did the first movie come out though? Was it like really early 2000s?
I think so. And I
Okay.
think that the movies kind of were like they didn't set a time period, but it was pretty much just like around when they released was the time period that they were setting.
Yeah. So this is
So
taking it back more specifically 90s kind of vibe.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
good. I think a lot of people were, or not a lot of people. I don't know, not driving the
The
crazy.
fans were outcrying for the
No, no,
90s
no.
representation.
There was some people saying like it just doesn't make as much sense it being in the modern time because it's kind of hard to keep the wizarding world a secret with
Yeah.
social media being so prevalent.
Mm,
So there's that, but it's not that big of a deal.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can scroll through some more of these. I just don't really know these actors, so it's kind of hard to for me
Yeah.
personally to like to comment. Oh, I didn't know
Ooh,
they
another
cast this guy. Oh, what happened?
just in general, I guess specifically with Molly is in the books, the adult actors, so James, Lily, Sirius, Lupin, they're all a lot older than they are in the books. And so in the show, I think they're gonna try and bring their age down to like what they're supposed to technically be, which is kind of like pretty young adults.
Mm,
So that'll
gotcha.
be interesting. We'll
Okay.
see.
And I mean, the thing is, filming show and filming movies, like I assume they're preparing to film for the next 10 years. So like,
Yeah.
obviously these people will age along with their roles. Um, this guy is Draco. I will say, Draco for me is kind of imprinted as I don't remember, Tom Felton. Like when I think of Draco, like that's a very iconic look. So who knows? I'm
We'll
sure
see.
it'll be. I'm sure it'll be good. Um,
I haven't seen this one.
Lucius, yeah, me neither. But goated actor. He was in or goated actor who played Lucius originally. He was in the latest season of The White Lotus. Um, he he played a dad from, well, let me not dox us. Well, I just did basically. So okay. Um,
Wait, what? Now I'm confused.
he
played a.
plays his they're like families from Duke, like, and so they're almost like
Oh,
half the plot line is like about
okay.
like
I don't know how much.
Duke versus Chapel Hill, this whole kind of thing. Who cares,
I don't
bro?
know
Who
how
cares? I'll cut
depressing
it
it
out
is. Go
later if we want to.
with 50,000 people in it.
Yeah.
No one's hunting you down. Now, if I said where I live, yeah, that would be a little
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, yeah. Seamus, Parvati, some of the kids, Dursley, Mr. Dursley. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know a lot of these actors, which is for the best, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
But this guy,
this guy, the goat, Eli.
oh my God.
I don't know
Just
who these
watch
people are.
Andor, bro. Just watch
Yes.
Andor.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that
Get on
sometime.
it, man.
This guy in that show. Oh my God.
Okay, Eli, let me give you just a real quick pitch, okay? I have rewatched just the second season. I have watched maybe like 6 or 7 hours of movies and no. Maybe like 12 hours of movies and TV shows.
Sorry, what? I don't know what was
know-
that first thing you said? I don't understand what you mean.
Just to rewatch season 2 to
Oh,
give
okay.
myself a break and to lead up
Okay,
to
okay.
it, Star Wars wise. I
Mhm.
rewatched all the sagas and everything. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm putting
yeah.
myself through this. It's so good, Eli. You have to watch that. Like it's beyond.
I'm so busy. That's the
unbelievable.
thing.
I don't care. Like half an
Bro,
episode.
watch it at work.
Yes, or I don't.
I'm doing too intensive work now. They
Oh, really?
they were like,
Is it
you're such a
ration?
good worker. We're gonna teach you the thing that only 2 other people know how to do, and you actually have to use your brain when you're doing it.
Well,
Yeah.
could be worse.
There you go.
Alrighty, well, that's Harry Potter. I'm excited. I am mainly excited because Mark Mylod, who is, I believe, either lead writer or creator of Succession, is directing and writing for the show. So Succession's my favorite show of all time. That gives me hope. That's what's that's what's bringing it home for me. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Controversy noted. Fuck J.K. Rowling. I think we can all agree on that one. Yeah.
Fuck JK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started looking up some of the like weird controversy stuff or just things that are weird. There's some crazy ones in this list.
Like that's why I'm saying, yeah, I don't know. Let's not get into
Do you
it.
think you don't think they're gonna have Cho Chang, the only Asian character in the books?
No, like they're totally gonna have her, yeah. Or Kingsley Shacklebolt, one of the only black professors
black
in the
persons, yeah.
yeah.